Hello everyone, welcome to Doing Group. Today we're going to introduce the with tire with plastic pyrolysis equipment. We are the manufacturer of this kind of product from China. If you want to just know more information about this or want to just get or set up this business, you can contact with our sales manager to send a private message to us. Our Doing Group company is located in Zhengzhou, and our factory is in Jiaozuo City. We have the with tire, with plastic, pyrolysis equipment, and the biomass combination equipment, and also we have the solar panel, lithium battery, just crushing and separation plant for you. By the way, we also have the distillation equipment to refine the waste engine oil to get the non-standard diesel. Different kinds of project, and this is the fully continuous pyrolysis equipment to process the waste tire with plastic. We have three kinds of the technique: the batch tire pyrolysis plant, semi-continuous, and the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. You can come to our factory. There are several complete production lines in the factory, the prototype, to see the details of the whole processing line. Okay, and if you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section. Or if you want to know more information, you can follow us and send us a private message to just tell us your WhatsApp number or email, and then our sales manager will contact with you to send the catalog price list for you. So we have the three kinds of the plant: the batch type pyrolysis plant, semi-continuous, and fully continuous pyrolysis plant, to recycle the with tire, plastic, and get the flue oil, carbon black from the pyrolysis raw materials. And if your raw material is the waste tire, and the oil yield is of 40 to 45%. Also, we have 35% of the carbon black and 15% of the steel wire. As for plastic, and different plastic have different oil yield. For example, if your raw material is the pure PPPPS, and the oil releases rate can reach to more than 90%. But for mixed plastic, the oil yield is really from 20 to 80% in terms of different kinds of the materials, like the daily waste or the industrial waste, the medical waste. For example, the paper mail waste and the wet material is 80%, and the oil yield of the dry materials is 20%. So it's very different. And we have other kinds of the raw material, for example, the oil sludge and the coal tar oil sludge. They are hazardous waste, also can process to get the flue oil. So if you want to get more information, you can send a private message to us, or you can just contact with us by the WhatsApp. Now in the comment section we have our WhatsApp number and email. You can send your requirements to us directly. This is the different kind of the raw material, and for the final products, the flue oil is a main products. We can use them in the bricks factory, glass factory, blower factory, to use at the glass factory for heating. There is a good flue and more than 10,000 kcal, and also they can be refined. They can be refined to the non-standard diesel. And this diesel we can use at the ferry or agricultural machine, or mine machine, and so on. The second main product is the carbon black. Also have a high calorific value and can replace coal as a heating energy. It can also be used as the raw material of rubber, paint, and so on. Besides, you can also get the steel wire from the pyrolysis to sew them directly to the steel smelter. And by the way, we also have the tail gas after heating from the raw material. Well, the tail gas, they can just heat the furnace directly. Then if we use the tail gas to heat the reactor, then we don't need extra heating energy, so we don't need to use the natural gas or fuel oil to heat. All the heating energy will come from the tail gas. Okay, and this 3D video is the batch type pyrolysis plant. If you want to know more information or want to just get the quantification, you can just contact with us by the WhatsApp. Our sales manager will contact with you. So the pyrolysis is a reactor we can get the fuel oil. And also we have the distillation plant. That is to refine the fuel oil and get the non-standard diesel. We have two principles, two technique, the catalytic, and also we can use the acid and the other materials. So let's see the three technique. The first is the batch type pyrolysis plant. The working efficiency is we can get one batch for 1 day, and then we also have the batch type is a semi-continuous pyrolysis plant that is a 3 batch for 2 days. And for 1 batch, we can feed 10 ton to 20 ton of the raw materials. Then we have the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. That is a bit different between the fully continuous and the other 2 kinds. Well, for the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, we can feed the raw material and just have the pyrolysis reactor and to get the oil and carbon black at the same time. It's fully automatic and continuous work. It can work for 45 to 60 days without stop. And the working efficiency is just the capacity is 15 ton to 50 ton per day. So this is different kind of the materials. And if you want to get more information, you can contact with us. This is Doing Group, the manufacturer of with tire with plastic pyrolysis equipment. Okay, and here is the fully continuous pyrolysis plant technique. You can look at the 3D video, and then we will introduce of the whole processing line for you. Start from the very beginning. And this is the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. Just in order to ensure the continuous supply of the raw material to the reactor, so that the raw material should be shredded so that they can fit into the feeding system. So if the raw material is with tire, it should be processed into the rubber powder. And if your material is the plastic, and then need to crush them to plastic particles. It includes the feeding system, the pyrolysis system, the condensation, slagging, and purification system. And first is the feeding system. We need to crush them to the black powder and to remove the steel wire inside. A continuous feeding system adopts a special sealed and anti-leakage structure. The feeding process is sealed with the raw material itself to avoid oxygen go inside the reactor and meanwhile prevent the air gas from leaking out. So both the feeding and the pyrolysis process are operated with oxygen free, so it is 100% safe. And after feeding, the raw material will reach to our continuous rotation reactor system. Inside the reactor, there is a spiral plate used to convey the raw material, and it is just uniformly distributed on the oxygen interface so that the heating transfer is very quick and evenly, and the pyrolysis efficiency is just greatly improved. The raw material can finally process to get the oil. And then we will go into the condensation system. This is here it is. It's temperature resistant tube to give a resistance to the reactor because it's very long of a fully continuous plant. And the gas will just flowing into the cooling system to cooling down them into the liquid oil. Carbon black will just discharge through the continuous slagging system. So let's talk about the oil gas. They will get out from the outlet and get into the buffer tank first. It is used to slow down the speed of the gas and to settle down impurities. And then we will come to 3 cooling buffer tank. It is similar to the buffer tank, have the same purpose, and also it can ensure to ensure more carbon black settle down and slow down the speed. And by the way, it have the oil cover outside. It can cool down the gas. And the oil, the liquid oil, will just go into this temporary storage tank. This is a temporary storage tank to store the oil when the tank is full, and we will automatically pump the oil to the final tank. Then our oil gas will go into the 3 vertical condensers, which have a big heating exchanging area and can efficiently cooling down all the oil gas. Meanwhile, the cooling is inside the sealed condenser. No water steam produced, so it's very clean and environmental friendly. And all water will use them circulated, so there are no just water waste. And this is the auto removal system, our patent equipment. Why we use it? Because we have the gas that cannot be condensed. But this kind of gas, we can just use them to heat our reactor. So then we don't need extra heating energy. But if we just burn the tail gas directly, they have the hydrogen sulfide inside. It will heat. It has the bad smoke, and it's harmful for the human body. So we need to just purify them by using this auto removal system to remove the hydrogen sulfide. So during this pyrolysis reaction, we only need 8 hours to use the extra heating energy, and the next few days we all use the tail gas is enough, so we can save our extra heating energy. It's very economic. And this is the slagging system. The carbon black will slag at a very high temperature, and it also adopts the solid and anti-leakage structure to ensure the machine safely during the slagging. And this carbon black slagging system is composed of 3-stage slagging angle with the water cover, so that the carbon black can be quickly cooling down to just realize the convention distorting. This is a safety device to ensure the pressure of this production line. Now we'll introduce the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. And if you want to get more information, you can send a private message to us, or you can just contact us directly to the WhatsApp or email. And this is a fully continuous pyrolysis plant. The purification of this to purify the gas we have in the combustion system. Well, for the fully continuous, the capacity is 15 ton, 20 ton, 30 ton, 40 ton, and 50 ton per day. Can process the carbon black and the rubber powder, the plastic particles, the oil sludge, and then the processed oil will pump them into the final tank. This is the fully continuous working technique. And this is the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. Let's just start from the beginning. The semi-continuous, we have 3 batch for 2 days. And one batch you can feed 10 ton to 20 ton of the raw materials. Also need to feed the carbon black, the rubber powder. We used the 4 burner to heat the reactor, and when we have the tear gas, we will use the tear gas burner and closed our syngas, the flue gas burner or the natural gas burner. And the carbon black, they will discharge it into this small reactor to cooling them naturally, so we don't need to cool down the reactor as a save our cooling time. For one batch, we can save nearly 5 to 6 hours. And this is the gas that will go into the first tank, the buffer tank, to slow down the speed and to settle down impurities. And then this is the oil-water separator to just purify the gas, and also it can prevent the gas flowing back. Then it will go into the condensation system. It is used to condense the oil, to condense the flue gas into the flue oil, and then the oil will just go through this tank to the temporary storage tank. This is a cooling system, but it's not very necessary for the semi-continuous. When we closed the processing and wanted to have just tackle this furnace, we can open it to quickly cooling down. And for the purification system, it will just contact with the local principle, the local policy. They have different policies, so we have different certificate plan for you. To remove the carbon dioxide or some other harmful particles inside the gas. And this is a batch type pyrolysis plant. And let's come to the this video, the batch type pyrolysis plant, we have one batch for 1 day, and one batch we can feed 10 ton, 12 ton, 15 ton, 18 ton, 20 ton of the raw material. The disadvantages of the batch type is it can feed different kinds of the raw material. We can feed the whole tire inside, or we can feed the different kinds of the plastic, the oil sludge, aluminium plastic, almost all the raw material that can pyrolysis is all suitable to the batch type one. In this video, it shows the 3 production line of the 15 ton. So the daily capacity is about 70 ton. And this is the feeding system. We use automatic feeder, which have the hydraulic thrust of 50 tons to feed the tire or plastic inside the reactor. It will take nearly 2 to 3 hours. And then we open the combustion system. It's equipped with 4 300,000 calorie burners and 4 tail gas burner for feeding for about 2 hours, and temperature gradually rises and our gas will be generated. This wet gas is mixture oil gas and tail gas. They will go to the buffer tank. Here's it, which can slow down the gas and make it to stay in the cooling system more time and ensure the sufficient cooling. And also it can deposit impurities. Then it will come to the cooling system, or we call it the distillation system. It has 4 steps of cooling. The first is 2 vertical condensers, which have 4 pipes inside. Outside is the cooling water. And then the gas we get, the oil we get, will flow to this first temporary storage tank. Then there is a second step, which is both a condenser and a safety device. It can prevent the oil gas from flowing back, and it also can purify the oil gas. The outer water cover will cool the gas. Then we come to the third, horizontal condensers. It was 37 pipes, which greatly increase the cooling area and ensure that most of the gas will cool down. And the last, cooling tower, which can ensure that all the gas is cooling to our yield and to improve our yield. Then the non-condensable gas will go to this oil removal system. This is to cool down this is to remove the hydrogen sulfide, so the gas can recycled to the reactor, so the pipeline to heat it. Because the hydrogen sulfide, when we burn them, they have the harmful smoke, so we need to use the sodium hydroxide to just remove them. And this is an environmental protection device to remove the sulfur dioxide or dust just when we need to release the gas. And this is our vacuum device. It takes half an hour to an hour to pump out the residual gas in the reactor, and then it is pumped into this the horizontal condensers. So the gas will condense again, and if the residual oil gas density is very high, it will be dangerous of the oil gas to contact with the air when the reactor is opened and when we just pull out the steel wire. So it's very necessary to just equip it with this. And then this is our air cooling system. We equipped it with a 15 kilowatt indirect draft fan to can just shorten the cooling time from nearly 10 hours to 5 hours. A greatly improved the operation efficiency of the equipment. After cooling, we come to the side slagging system, which has two advantages. So with two slagging ports, the reactor can discharge the carbon black twice in one revolution and greatly improve the efficiency. And also the carbon black is directly discharged into underground storage area to prevent the carbon black from flying and polluting the workshop. Then the carbon black will transport to this bucketing system by using the air transportation system by using the bucketing equipment to press the carbon black into the bowl shape. And then we have the steel wire inside the reactor. Using this machine to pull out the steel wire, we nearly have, if your material is 10 tons of the waste tire, then we have nearly 1 to 2 tons of the steel wire. This is the batch type pyrolysis plant. So if you have any other questions or wanted to know more information, you can contact with us and let's see which kind of raw material we can process. This is the several material. The first most common one is the rubber tire. Our yield is 30 to 50%. And the waste plastic is, if you have the pure plastic, the yield can reach to 90%. But most of the plastic that we used to pyrolysis is this garbage, the waste plastic. So it's not very pure, and the oil is just lower than 90%, nearly 20 to 80%. Like the daily waste, the industrial waste and so on. And this rubber tire and the plastic, they're all called the solid waste. And if your raw material is the oil sludge, cold oil, this is the hazardous waste. It also encompasses generally the liquid type or the semi-solid type state. So the oil yield is contact with where you get this material or the water content. So this is the aluminium plastic, one of the special plastic. We can get the plastic oil, get the carbon black, and also we have aluminium ingot inside the metals. And this is the 3 production line. You can see the equipment advantages and daily capacity for reference. Daily capacity is 15 tons. This is the smallest one, and the biggest one is 50 tons. But if you want a smaller or bigger equipment, well, you can contact with our engineer. Can give you a certificate plan. Those disadvantages is can fully automatic work, continuous production for 24 hours, and it can work for 45 to 60 days, which have a big capacity, and it's more time and labor saving. Also, because it's more automatic, so we only need 1 or 2 workers doing the production. And the equipment details. The feeding system, we're using the feeding anger, and then this is the whole pyrolysis reactor, include the installation cover and the reactor inside. And then the temperature of the pyrolysis is nearly 300 to 400 degree and oxygen free. Then the gas from the raw material will go into this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this buffer cooling chamber and the vertical condensers to cool down the gas into the fluid. Then we have the solid final products. It is a carbon black. They fall out to the slagging winch, which have the water cover outside to slag them at the same time to just a lower temperature of them. After processing, during the processing, we also have the gas that cannot be condensed. Then they will go into this odor removal system to purify the hydrogen sulfide inside the gas, and then they can go back to the reactor to heat the reactor, and then we don't need the extra heating energy. It's very economic. And this is the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. Semi-continuous is for 10 ton, 12 ton, 15 ton, 18 ton. It have the 3 batch for 2 days. A little bit higher with the batch type 1. Well, the batch type 1, the same capacity, but we can get 1 batch for 1 day. And this is 3 batch for 2 days. That is because we can slag the carbon black at high temperature, so we don't need to cool down the reactor. But for the batch type 1, we need to cool down the whole reactor. It's very time consumption. It always needs 10 hours if we just naturally cool down them. But if you have the cooling system, also need to take 5 to 7 hours. So this is the biggest difference, the slagging rates. And then the other big difference is the feeding rates. The batch type pyrolysis plant is a big feeding door, so we can feed the raw material with different shape. But the semi-continuous, we need to ensure the sealed feeding rates. So we only can feed the rubber powder, not the tire, and only need only can feed the plastic particles and not the different kinds of the mixed plastic garbage. This is a big difference, and let's see this feeding layout. It includes the feeding system. We will use automatic feeder with the 50 hydraulic power to feed the raw material inside the reactor. And then after feeding, we will close the feeding door, open the combustion system to heat at the temperature of 300 to 400 degree. Then the gas will come out. It will first go into this buffer tank. It is to slow down the speed of the gas and to settle down impurities. And then they will go into this called the condensing system, which have 7 condensers to condense the gas into oil step by step. Then the oil that cannot be condensed, the gas cannot be condensed, they will go into this. The name is tail gas cleaning and odor removal system. We can also call them odor removal system. That is to remove the hydrogen sulfide inside the uncondensable gas. Then they will go back to the combustion system to heat the reactor. If we don't remove the hydrogen sulfides, it have the very harmful smoke during the production. It's not very environmental friendly and harmful for the human body. So it's very necessary. And this is our patent device to remove them by using the sodium dioxide, sodium hydroxide. And also we have the purification system. This is called the sulfidation and purification tower. Here is it to remove the sodium dioxide or other harmful particles to ensure that the processing line don't have the pollution, the smoke pollution. And this is the pyrolysis plant unit. This is for small capacity. We have 100 kilogram per day, 500 kilogram, and 1 ton, 2 ton. It's also the batch type technique, but it's very small in the frame type, easy to transport, easy to installation, easy to handling. And let's see this. This is different final products and applications. Well, during the live show, if you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section. Or if you want to know more information about our technique, like the certification plan and the quotation or the detailed kilometers, you can send a private message to us, tell us how we can contact with you, or you can add our WhatsApp and email in the comment section to just directly contact with our sales manager. Okay, and this is the final products. The main products we want to get is the flue oil. They can use at wire heating, the cement factory, glass factory for heating. And the second is the syngas. This is to just use all the removal system to purify and then can heat the reactor. And also you can get the carbon black from the with tire plastic to a bucketing to replace the coal to heat or refine them to the rubber or paint. Steel wire, so that's wrapped or melted. If your material is aluminium ingot, this is one main product. Aluminium plastic, and this is also one main products. Get the aluminium ingot to just use at industrial manufacturing, for example, the firework factory, or sell them directly. And here is a profit analysis for reference. It is based on the international and the feedback of our customers. So if you can contact with us to get the detailed analysis, depends on your material and daily capacity. Here is the equipment advantages. The first is the hammer of the reactor head. It is made of the blow plate or stainless steel. Depends on your material. A round-shaped reactor head withstand high pressure and temperature. And the other manufacturer may use the plate shape. So for the round shape is always used to add the oil tank or need for the high pressures tank. So it's very high quality. And the second is this way for welding, 3-step welding. So can withstand the high pressure and long process life, no risk of cracking. And then the installation cover, we have 3 materials for the batch type 1 and 6 materials 6-layer or code for the fully continuous one to get a high protect of the heating energy, and it can just guarantee the safe of the workers, because when we have the pyrolysis step, the worker can touch the reactor. It's very safe. And also this with things is the cleaning, the purification, or the environmental friendly system to ensure there are no dust pollution, no gas pollution, no smoke pollutions. And other main products, these are just the optional plant, optional equipment. Here is the batch type pyrolysis plant. And then we also have the distillation plant. So if you want to get the detailed information of the distillation plant or the oil refining plant, you can also contact with us. We are doing group, the manufacturer of this environmental friendly equipment like the pyrolysis plant, the refining plant, the carbonation plant, and the solar panel, lithium battery, crushing and separation equipment. The pyrolysis plant is to process the raw material which have the oil, like the tire, plastic. For tires, the oil is usually 30 to 55%, and for plastic, different plastic have different oil yield. For pure PPPPS, the oil yield is 90%, and for mixed common plastic, oil yield is usually from 30 to 80%. And the pyrolysis oil also can further process to diesel, or you can sell them directly. It is a good fuel with over just 10,000 kcal/kilogram, and can be used as fuel for cement factory, glass factory, or a heavier generator or blower factory, and so on. And if you refine them, we also can use that as a ferry, the agricultural machine, the mining machine, and so on. We also have our SGS test reports from our OU. The second is carbon black. The second main products have a high caloric and can replace the coal as the heating energy, and also can use the raw material for rubber or paint things. Besides, the steel wire can get to solder them and the steel smelter, or just remotely like this, and this is remelted. They also always have maybe 15% of the steel wire from the with tire. And that's it. This is the distillation plant. Well, the distillation plant, we have the new distillation plant with the high-speed heating system, use a catalytic to heat. The raw material is the pyrolysis oil, the liquid oil, used oil, engine oil, motor oil, crude oil, and so on. And the final product is a diesel, and also have some solid final products as asphalt. Two technique, new catalytic, and the old cost efficiency, effective waste oil to diesel plant. Let's talk about the new catalytic first. And here, this is the faster heating system. We use this tank, which is very high, that can pump them into the reactor and the white or color removal system. And then this is a reactor to heat then the gas will be distilled, will go into the tank, the cooling tank, and then we can get to the diesel. And this is the catalytic tower. The oil will go through the tower and then go back to the distillation plant, the condensing plant, to just remove the harmful particles inside. And also we equipped it with oil color removal system. This is an optional device to use the white clay to remove them, and it can be more clear of the gas, of the oil. So it can, for example, we get oil as the white color or the yellow color or the brown color, and then just after the white clay removing, it is a very just a yellow color or white color. And this is the old one. The old one is for the exit, but it's kind of pollution for the catalytic. So just in China, no customer now is very interested in this kind. Use the catalytic tower and the distillation. They know the heating, the faster heating system. And the capacity is smaller than the new one, while the old one is always 10 ton per day, 2 ton, or 100 kilogram, 200 kilogram. So if you want the new one, the daily capacity can reach to 5 ton, 10 ton, 15 ton. This is a different technique, and then this is a frame type for 100 kilogram per day, 500 kilogram per day. It's for installation and cost saving, easy handling, and test available. The diesel we can use at the heavy machinery, generator, blower, and asphalt for paving and refinery. We can sell them to the asphalt factory directly. And the profit analysis for reference. All is come from internet and our feedback of customers. We can see the cost every day for one batch, the consumption of the raw material, the electricity, water, and the labor cost. And by the way, we also have the plastic to diesel plant and the plastic to diesel and gasoline plant. This equipment is to process the plastic and get the diesel, gasoline, and plastic oil. 3 kinds of the oil. For 1 ton, 2 ton, 5 ton. A frame type. And the other equipment. We're the manufacturer. You can come to our factory to see the working technique, the building technique. It's in Henan province. Our factory is in Henan province. And so the product cases. Now we have a customer in more than 120 countries, or almost each continent, as we have our equipment is running. So it's very more convenient for you to go to our just to the product cases to see the working solutions of this plant, or taking situations to the plant. Like this machine Malaysia, this is the distillation plant. It's very high, and here This several type is a batch type pyrolysis plant. This one is the fully continuous pipe, which is can process 50 tons of the material for 1 day. Here's a flame type to process the waste engine oil. And this project have 12 batch type pyrolysis plants, large capacity in Guangxi province in China. So here are several customer feedback. For our after-sales service, our engineer can come to your factory to help you to finish install, operate of this processing of this equipment, and we can have the technical training for our workers. And also we have 1 year warranty. And this is the profile of our company. We are Henan doing environmental protection technology company. So this is a subsidiary company of Doing Holdings, a comprehensive environmental protection technology a company that have the technical design, research, development, machine production, sales, and after-sales service in one. And rely on the excellent technical and strengths and innovation spirit. Our company has grown up. Now is the patent is more than 23 patents. Our company is just honored as a National High Technology Enterprise Award by the Multiple Science and Technical Commission. And in business is the pyrolysis plant, distillation plant, combination equipment, and the solar panel, lithium battery, crashing and separation plant. Pyrolysis plant is to process the waste tire, plastic, oil sludge, aluminium plastic, and the distillation plant to process the crude oil, engine oil, pyrolysis oil, combination plant to process the biomass, such as wood, bamboo, sawdust, corn cob, and so on, to get the biochar. And the solar panel, crashing and separation plant to get the aluminium frame, the glass particles, and the copper powder, plastic powder, and silicone powder. Here are different design. Okay, now that is all we have for today's live show. So if you want to get more information, you can contact with our sales manager. You can send a private message to us, tell us what you want and how we can contact with you more convenient, like WhatsApp or email or WeChat. Then our sales manager will contact with you and send you our catalog or price list. And this is the technique of the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. Yes, we are B2B. We are the manufacturer of this pyrolysis plant. So if you want to know more information or want to buy this pyrolysis equipment, set up this business, you can send a private message to us, tell us how we can contact with you and which equipment you want. Our factory is in Henan province in China. We are a Chinese manufacturer of covering area of 40,000 square meters. You can come here to see the detailed technique and also have the prototype. You can send your material to us, have a free service to have experiment of the yield of your equipment, of your materials. Okay, let's see some picture or videos of the equipment. This is the batch type pyrolysis plant to process the oil yield. Process the oil yield, and this is 8 batch type for 15 ton per day. The batch type 1, we can get 1 batch for 1 day, and the daily capacity is 10 ton to 20 ton. Most of the raw material that can pyrolysis can all choose the batch type 1. And what does the fully continuous look like? Let's see this video. This is a fully continuous pyrolysis plant, which can feed the raw material and get the oil and carbon black at the same time. Continuous work for 45 to 60 days. The reactor is much more longer than the batch type 1. For 50 ton, it is 26 meters, and for the batch type, the common one 15 ton is 8 to 9 meters. The red one is a burner to heat the reactor, and what we see is the insulation cover. Inside is the reactor. Inside is a reactor furnace. Gas will go to the buffer tank, and the carbon black will slag out, falling down to the slagging system. Look at this. This is the gas that goes through the condensation tank, and then to cool down, then liquidized to the flue oil. This is the tire oil we get. Yes. Now we have a customer, which all the equipment can export. We have a customer in all over the world for 120 countries. I'm not sure if we have our customer in Canada, but we do have a customer in America. You can using our equipment and to recycle the waste things like waste tire, plastic, oil yield. From the just get these materials and get the flue oil carbon black from them. For the waste tire, the oil yield is nearly 30 to 45, and plastic, it will depend on which kind of plastic you use. And this is the factory in Henan province, and this is one of the workshop to have the reactor, and this is a prototype of the batch type pyrolysis plant. Here is a customer in Shanxi province in China. Oh my God, thank you. In Shanxi province, to process the oil sludge. This is kind of hazardous waste. If your material is with tire or plastic, it is solid waste. So the furnace, the material of the furnace is kind of different, and the license, the sign of this business maybe is kind of different. In China, it is more strict to get the license if your material is the hazardous waste, like the oil sludge or the coal tar oil. Okay, that is all we have today. So if you want to get the price list or our detailed parameters, you can contact you can contact with us by the WhatsApp or email, or if you have the WeChat, it's more convenient. Oh yeah, we have Canadian cases. Okay, that is all we have today, so it's time to say goodbye. If you need, you can contact with us. Our sales manager will just send you the detailed introduction for you. Thank you for watching today. Have a nice day.